Hello friends, Michelle here. You're probably here because you've heard me talking about role-playing in World of Warcraft. How does that even work? What does role-playing mean, besides just the fact that it's not actually me swinging a big hammer at kobolds, but it's this guy? World of Warcraft has entire servers labeled RP, so you know there must be something more specific going on that makes these servers stand out. What roleplayer RP is basically a type of cooperative fiction writing done in real time. And yes, it's done by actual adults, and yes, it's hella fun. What roleplaying in an MMO does that other types of writing can't do is it gives you context. You don't have to describe the trees, the weather, the chirping of the birds, that blue-tiled roof in the distance. They're all just there. And all you have to do is focus on your character, their perspective and personality, and how it fits into that world. This is my character, Elohad, a middle-aged war veteran recruiting for Cobalt Company, his new band of mercenaries. I've already got some guild members, so I'm chatting with them at the moment out of character, or OOC, in our guild chat. One tip that can help make roleplay more fun and immersive is if you set up a chat tab that is just for roleplay. You do this by going to your General tab and you choose Create New Window. Name it whatever you want. Go to Settings and uncheck any of the channels you don't want intruding on your story time. So basically everything but say and emote. Another useful helper is a mod called Total RP. That lets you display a last name, a brief description, and maybe some info about the type of roleplay you like to other roleplayers who have the mod. So I mentioned Say and Emote before. These are the two channels you'll be using as a roleplayer. Say is meant to indicate what the character is actually speaking, and Emote can be used for bits of description that aren't obvious in the game, your character's changing facial expressions, gestures, and so on. There are different styles of RP, but in Cobalt Company we tend towards something more inspired by stage plays than by, say, a novel. We aim for a lively back and forth that moves along without need for alt-tabbing while you wait for someone to finish a long, intricate paragraph. We put our emotes in present tense. He frowns instead of he frowned, and so on. But you'll see all different kinds of RP styles in other guilds, and that's okay. So now we've got a couple of guild volunteers coming to show you how it works when you have more than one person in a scene. If you're polite, you kind of make sure everyone else has had a chance to talk before you go again, but you don't have to be absolutely mathematical about it. Role-playing on the move while questing is a whole other skill that needs a whole other video, but easy mode is a stationary scene like this, and it doesn't have to be dull just because you're not moving. You can take advantage of all sorts of aspects of the game environment. We've got Mega here starting a cooking fire, and then Thaldor, our dwarven drug pusher, he uses the game's trade function to roleplay, slipping me some samples of his alchemy. This is a roleplay server, but not everyone on it roleplays, so sometimes if you sit out in the open like this roleplaying, you'll attract attention. Sometimes people LOL at you, but the great moments are when a complete stranger happens along and they're a roleplayer as well, so they join you for a bit and you make a new friend. That's one of my favorite things about RPing in an MMO. You generally attract like-minded people to you just by being yourself in public, or, well, being your character. And if you're on a roleplay server, no one thinks it's weird. That's technically what RP servers are for. Though I'd say a minority of the players actually do roleplay out in the world. But that just makes it all the more delightful to other closet roleplayers when they do catch you at it.
How generous!
So that about does it for our little 5-minute introduction to roleplay in World of Warcraft.
Sounds fine.
If you're interested in joining Cobalt Company and trying some roleplay for yourself, hit me up on Twitter at games_shell or on Discord at Michelle Baker, #1595. Or if you're really old-fashioned, you can even email me at michelle@michellebaker.com. Happy gaming!